Hi, this is Meriah Kruse coming to you today from my home in Lexington, Kentucky, still in COVID times. I want to talk to you today about a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and it is a significant part of the new playbook I've written called 51 Ways to Shine Online. And so, one of the aspects of shining online is the visual aspect of how you look, how your environment looks. One of the aspects is how well organized you are in your thoughts about what you want to say. Another is just kind of how calm you are and how prepared you feel to say whatever's on your mind. So there's a lot of elements, and in 51 Ways to Shine Online, I give you 51 different tips for making your Zooms or webinars or your live events, on and on, be more have a little more pizzazz, a little more professionalism, something that kind of stands out in a good way. But today I'd like to talk about one other aspect of shining online, and I think it's one of the aspects that's given the least amount of attention in the online coaching world. With all the thousands of people who are coaching us online to do well in our online businesses, our other local or service businesses, one of the things that rarely gets mentioned is the use of the voice. And so I'm going to demonstrate first for you one central fact, which is that each of us has multiple voices that we can use. So I'm going to use a few of my voices, just let you hear the difference and notice how you respond to these three different voices. And depending on who you are, there's one voice you might like better than the other, and you might not agree with someone else on which is your preference. So here's one of my voices. And this is one I will use if I'm in Kentucky, which is where I live, and I'm with a lot of people who are rural people or just people that I'm really, really relaxed around and feel like I don't have to really work hard to impress. And this is that voice. That voice is the voice of somebody who just lets go, doesn't try to really make fancy things happen, doesn't try to use great big words, or in any way provide any angles to the softness of the words and the ends of the vowels and the use of the word I and right and might and line and shine and 51 ways to shine online. So that was one voice. Another voice I have is one that I sometimes fall into without meaning to. And it's often if I'm feeling rather strident. And sometimes I could call it maybe my teaching voice. But it isn't the voice that I want to be my teaching voice. And I'm gradually coaching myself away from it. But here it is. So in this voice, I'm kind of pushing my voice a little bit, and there's more volume, and it's just definitely more firm, certainly less southern, more emphatic, I guess you could say, and it can come in very handy at times when something needs to be said. It needs to be very clear, or maybe I'm in an environment where I feel like I really have to speak up. Perhaps there's a lot of men in the group, and I feel like I drop down into a deeper tone of voice in order just for my register to register in that environment. Okay, so here's the third voice, and this is the one that I'm cultivating, and it's the one that I've primarily been speaking to you with today. And it's very much my voice. It's very natural. It's not a put on voice at all. This is my voice. But it's a voice that I cultivated over many years as a therapeutic body worker and somatic educator, where I used to, I still do this actually as a for sort of um, part-time work. You could say it's just something I can't give up because I love it too much, despite the fact that that's not where my main efforts go anymore. And in that setting, I'm usually talking to one person at a time, and I'm giving them suggested directions on things that they can notice while they move. So, as a Feldenkrais practitioner, which is one of the things that I am, we direct people to follow certain kinds of physical directions And then we give them ideas on how to pay attention to that, how to notice like what's going on under the surface while they're doing that movement. And because it is usually, it's not always, but often, in my case anyway, done one on one, I sort of gradually cultivated this voice that is somewhat on the soothing side. It seems like many people have told me that it helps them to relax. So, what I wanted to ask you today is what kind of voices do you have, and which voice are you choosing to use when you're online? Okay, I'll be back with more on the voice very soon. Thanks for checking in with me. If you'd like to learn more about 51 ways to shine online, please go to my website at lifeforcemarketing.com/51 hyphen ways. And you'll see that in the description below. And also, just if you're so inclined, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video. You probably know already, but when you do those things, it actually helps me to be seen by more people. So maybe I can help more people that way. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to meet you out there on the road. I'm going to end this recording now.